Namaste. Set along the serene and tranquil banks of the sacred Ganges River, the International Yoga Festival in Rishikesh, India, has been taking place since 1989. It was an initiative of the government of Uttar Pradesh and later Uttarakhand. The festival, which has grown in leaps and bounds over the past 2 decades, is now hosted by Paramatniketan under the guidance of His Holiness Pujya Swami Chidanand Saraswati. Yogacharyas, teachers, students and seekers from all corners of the globe descend on this land of the Rishis at the foothills of the Himalayas to seek union with the universal absolute through ancient yogic practices. The International Yoga Festival explores the 8 limbs of yoga and how they apply to our lives. In a special documentary today, we breathe in the sights and wonders of Rishikesh as we tread along this path of discovery and awakening.
The scenic beauty of the Himalayan mountain range, the crisp, fresh air, the incessant flow of the sacred Mother Ganga, the distant chimes of the temple bells, and the undeniable underlying current of divinity. This is Rishikesh, the Himalayan gateway of the Ganges to the sprawling plains of India. This place of penance, of meditation and spiritual union still proves to be a gateway into the self.
Rishikesh is not a piece of land. This is a land of peace. The land which is charged like a powerhouse for thousands of years of meditation done by the seers, the sages, and whoever comes, they feel this touch.
Just coming here, you can feel the energy of how it was thousands of years ago. You can feel the energy of the rishis. There's a lot of energy work that goes on here, and you're really able to transcend by getting in touch with yourself.
It's not the Ganga is only flowing, but Ganga is flowing in the hearts of the people also, and from their eyes also. That touch this great place have. Rishikesh is not mere teaching, it's a touch.
Widely accepted as the center of yoga, this land of great rishis has become the ideal destination for the International Yoga Festival, which takes place annually in March. Hundreds of yoga acharyas, practitioners and students from around the globe descend to this peaceful and tranquil setting to consolidate, recharge, and move forward on the ultimate inward path. While more than 60 disciplines of yoga are thoroughly examined, encouraged, and practiced, the week-long festival ensures that the fundamental principle of union and oneness is kept intact.
This year we have people from 85 countries, and they all are bringing their version of yoga also. At the same time, they are learning the Indian way of yoga. And one thing is good here in the International Yoga Festival, which they found here. The yoga is not religion. Yoga belongs to all. Yoga is beyond religions.
You will see a lot of yoga schools being represented here, from the Iyengar to the Kundalini to Ashtanga to every kind of style, to teachers that are well known from every part, from New York right through to Los Angeles to Mysore. So we have a spread of such diversity that it's so enriching for a person to come to the yoga festival and really get an insight of the best and of inspirational yoga work going on throughout the world. So that's basically one of the visions of Swamiji, to promote diversity, personal development, and also the concept of interfaith work and peace for the bigger good.
Etc. Right? And so then the person's going to say, I want to come down. You're going to let them inhale center, close your mouth, exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right.
It's international in the sense that it becomes a world village. So we get the world here in one place. But at the same time, it's outward bound, where we're getting the teachings out internationally. So it's truly a global experience.
It's my first time in India and I'm very happy to be here. The setting is wonderful. It's not only a very powerful place and a magical place, but it makes you feel the energy around it. The mountains, the river, bringing so many people together from so many different places in the world for the different purpose is truly magical.
This festival, because it's here, located in Rishikesh, and this is a so special place for yoga. It's also wonderful experience for practitioner and for yoga teacher also. It's possible to experience a lot of kind of typology of yoga, to meet a lot of master, teachers, Swami, greater person, musician also, to talk about yoga and the development of yoga.
The festival has been great. I really enjoyed especially the sadhanas with Muji. It was really inspiring and very powerful to listen to him, to see him in person, and to be able to get answers from many questions that some of us had. It was so far the most important part of it.
And then keep your head downwards. Like Shishasana, head like Shishasana, chin like Sarvangasana. Though you're not going to do Shisha Sarvangasana, you get the benefit of Shisha Sarvangasana here, because the placement of the head and then chin toward chest. So your actually feet on floor. If you lose balance, then you may have to take your arm to your sides, otherwise arms in front.
Every class focuses on integration of philosophy in terms of the practice, the asanas, the meditation, and of course it's the holistic experience. It's not just like getting in, doing 50 intense asanas, being drenched and go out. Because yoga is quite a holistic experience, and we find all the teachers here, because they are so entrenched in their authentic teachings, their classes are exquisite in that it has a spread of all of it, starting from breathing right through to asana work, into the meditation and the relaxation. The relaxation is a very important part. So what you get here is an understanding of the integration of the sophisticated science of yoga versus just yoga as a dynamic workout.
We have about another minute to go. Focus, inhaling up, exhaling down, and then about a foot or two. Squeeze Mula Bandh. Circulate this energy. And exhale, relax.
Yoga means union. The union is not only from my nose to my knees, from my head to my toes. This is also a union, you connect. But yoga has a deeper meaning. This gives you the good health, it gives you the peace of mind. But beyond that, yoga is union. Union with the divine, union with yourself. Today, that union is lost. To find that union, people come to learn yoga or many other techniques of yoga, but at the same time, yoga is not a physical exercise. Yoga is a change, inner change. And yoga is not what you do, yoga is what you are. End of the day, what you are, yoga is a journey from doing to being, from teaching to touch and transformation. That's yoga. And that's what is needed.
Make sure the knees are straight now. In 60 degree, keep your spine straight. 尽量膝盖伸直，动作跟动作是连接，你要去体会。Your left hand will be holding your right and big twist signal, right? Big simple here. That's it.
yoga is not only an ancient practice, it's actually the answer that the world needs to keep going in the right direction. Especially now that we're more eco-conscious about our choices and more eco-conscious about the fact that our choices have over the environment. It's very important to get to not only change our diet, which is one of the primary things in yoga, before we even start doing asanas, physical postures. We change our diet, that has an impact in the environment. We change the way we think, that has an impact in everybody around us and also in the environment. And then we learn more about who we are. And that helps us live better. In the Western society, sometimes we forget that the true essence of life goes beyond the physical, beyond the material and the tangible. So yoga is definitely helping everybody to find the way home.
Yoga is that change. When you are changed, things change around you. When you are in peace, what you share, only peace. What you exude, only peace. What you manifest, only peace. But when you are in pieces, what you share, only pieces. The choice is ours, whether we choose peace or pieces. And we have to bring that union back. We have to bring the balance back in our life. And when it happens, yoga happens. Then you don't have to do yoga, you become yoga.
Being by the banks of Ganga is another form of yoga on its own. I've just had somebody sitting on the Ganga yesterday and she just sat for 20 minutes and she said she released something without planning, like for 20 years, she just sat there and she just something lifted in her.
There are many versions and new versions are coming of yoga, but end of the day, if it serves the purpose that you are connected to yourself, you are connected to humanity, you are connected to the creation and the creator, if that gives you that oneness, gives you that union to yourself and unity of all you can see through that yoga, purpose is served. Doesn't matter you call name A or name B. End of the day, it should be yoga, which gives you the union, which gives you the oneness. And this oneness should be felt. Second thing is, yes, in India, it's the origin place of yoga. So if we can learn that original way also will be better, and then we can expand the way we want to expand without losing the originality of this yoga. That's very important.
We all talk about yoga being the union of mind, body, and soul. But how do I explain it to somebody that doesn't know that? Eventually, over years, when you practice yoga, you come back to your original form of simplicity, or what I call your state of innocence. And that's the area where you can become a more conscious living person in the society.
Our sacred rivers, Ganga, Jamuna, and Saraswati. Your beautiful waters quench our thirst and give life to all the land.
Great Hindu sages like Vyasa described yoga as a state of awareness. Yoga is not just exercise, nor the practice of theory. Yoga is living and being. It is aimed at achieving a union of the self with a higher power, a union of the self with the Creator and all of creation. With the dawning of this knowledge, yoga transforms from a series of postures on the mat to a constant integrated awareness of universal oneness.
I find a lot of teachers were talking about being, like the themes were about being authentic, about being more aware. We've moved away from talking about so much about chakras and all that. We're in a phase where people are living more as being so aware and being conscious, whether it's about the environment, about their own energy. Conscious living, to me, has been a thread going throughout all the classes at the festival.
We worship the Creator is super, but we should take care of the creation also. We should preserve and protect the creation. And the river, on the banks of Ganga, people all coming to learn yoga, to live yoga, to love yoga. If these rivers are lost, these mountains are lost, this nature is lost, where we'll go? What we are going to contribute to our coming generations? If the person is not left, for whom we will do yoga? Which kind of health we will be serving and protecting? There's only one planet.
Prince EA, he is here tonight. He's this geopolitical kind of rapper, talker, very suave, and a lot of his work talks about the things we're talking about, the bigger picture. Yoga off the mat, how each individual living consciously can really make a difference.
Who were you before the world told you who you were? Were you black? Were you white? Were you Indian? Were you Christian? Were you Muslim? These things came after you. They're not original to you. See, I believe that we have become method actors. And if you don't know what a method actor is an actor who's playing his role so well that now even he can't tell the difference between the role that he plays and his true self. See, we fight over these labels. We protect them. We kill for them, and we die over them, all without realizing they aren't even real. As arbitrary as lines drawn in sand, that's all nationality is. You know, there's an old saying, and help me out with this one. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. See, I got my degree in anthropology, and one of the foundational principles in anthropology is called linguistic relativity. And this theory tells us how language shapes our reality. I'll give you an example. If you go to a junkyard, somebody tells you it's an art gallery. Everything you see becomes a work of art. They tell you it's an art gallery, or a junkyard rather. Everything you see becomes scrap metal. So when you call someone a Christian, a Muslim, you begin to filter them. When you call yourself that, you begin to filter yourself and limit yourself. So yoga meaning union, a coming together, a oneness. So I invite you to find out who you are, looking throughout those eyes. Who is that? What is that? And when you look deep, you will find nothing but peace, love, and compassion.
So we all have to come together, yogis for Ganga, yogis for rivers, yogis for preservation. So this time we call this a Green International Yoga Festival. And I think today we need that. Our children need it. Our children's children need that. Look at the climate change. Climate in, climate out. Everywhere is a mess. So we all have to work together. Individually, people are doing great. But today, collectively, we have to come together, work together, walk together. And yoga in action is preservation of the nature, protection of the nature. If person has a right, why not the river should have a right?
The idea is about creating cleaner energy spaces, not harming, creating a lot more harmony. And if you look at the ancient pictures of the rishis, it's interesting, all the poses emanated from animals. And it's interesting now to see this whole move about like going towards harmony. The extinction going on animals, it's directly a result of this whole disharmony between man and animals. And it just makes cleaner, it's conscious eating. You know, I find so many people in the West becoming now more conscious than even Indians were. They're so conscious about organic, or they're more supremely conscious about the toxins that go in, preservatives. So it's not just vegetarianism, it's also what's packaged. We're going back to the ancient ways of like getting vegetables like you've seen from the market, straight off the farm, onto the cart, into your plate. And that's an exciting time to see that we're going back to origin.
Thus, the International Yoga Festival plays a vital role in ensuring the uniformity of the growing global practice and the conformity of its ancient tenets. Yoga emphasizes the union, which allows the spiritual seeker to transcend the limitations of the physical world while awakening to a greater consciousness, a oneness with everyone and everything.
Yoga is becoming mainstream around the world. If you go from Europe to Asia, United States, all over, it's becoming the main wellness tool for future. People are investing in their lives to really make a difference in their communities, in wherever they are.
We have a Ganga Aarti here, and in the world famous Ganga Aarti, when people come, sit, and from all walks of life, from all religions, but here they are one family. And in our scriptures it said, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. We can see the darshan of that one world family right here in Paramatniketan any given time.
More than a journey to a place of sense control, as the name Rishikesh denotes, yoga is a journey to the awareness that the light is in me. I am in the light. I am the light.